I just ran into this yesterday, and I watched as many videos as I could find. As you know, some videos have been taken down, replaced, moved around, by hook or crook. I think I've seen all of them, but I'm not sure at this point. I think it's easy in these situations to sort of spin controversy just to spin controversy. But unlike before, where we're dealing with a particularly confident atheist and a particularly confident theist, at the end of the day, the question is whether or not God exists. And that seems petty in comparison to what's going down here between these two. We're talking about death threats. We're living in a time in which this is a very sensitive and scary issue that is just very real. It's just very fucking real. And it's because of that I want to make comment on this. I think one of the reasons why some of my past videos just recently, just today and ones yesterday, followed this theme of sort of the reoccurring errors of humanity. It was a sort of anthropological account of humanity, is really inspired by kind of the background thinking I've been having on this subject between these two individuals. Because it would seem to me that Thunderfoot is a poster boy for scientism and progressive thinking in the terms that we know it today. The difficulty, though, is that Thunderfoot would like to believe that his perspective, and I shouldn't even say scientism, I guess it is scientism, but I don't want to draw all atheists under the wing of Thunderfoot. I know plenty of you would rather find that repugnant. So rather, I'm going to just focus on Thunderfoot and his ideas. If they reflect your own, then you're damn right I'm talking about you too. Otherwise, I'm not. And that is the difficulty that he has with seeing no difference between what he is propagating and what he is denouncing. He offers us the model of the age of religion versus the age of reason. One is religion providing answers. The other is science, in Thunderfoot's view, providing answers. And ultimately, his attempt to discredit the age of science had to do with isolating the fact that people were violent against other people because of differing religious beliefs. And yet, he says that those people are not welcome in the first world because they don't share our beliefs. Thunderfoot is not a religious person, obviously. But everything else is very similar. It is the us versus them mentality that gets innocent people killed. There is no other means to any atrocity that humans can or have committed other than the modality that says it's us versus them. Indeed, that's what Thunderfoot isolated. That's what he pointed out in what he's calling the age of religion. It might be a more widely used term. He could have just made it up for all I care. It doesn't really matter. What he isolated is precisely the same thing he's doing in saying that we are the first world. We are the ones of reason, and you are not welcome. The hypocrisy is mind-bending. I mean, we're dealing with a person who takes his position so seriously. It sounds like the guy is getting a blowjob when he talks about running water and the PlayStation and whatever else. That's a personal note. Never mind that. But in the end, Thunderfoot and his cronies will not promote progress if all he has to offer is the same problem of us versus them. I guess the same solution. And that solution has been proposed before in the past. It leads to genocide and holocausts and all sorts of things. And I'm not saying that Thunderfoot is interested in that. That certainly was part of this whole debate. Was it that Thunderfoot threatened Muslims with genocide? I don't really know. But in the end, if you maintain the us versus them paradigm, that's what you're capable of. True progress. Let me entertain you with something here. True progress. If we want to truly get along, if that's our criteria, if we really want to be peaceful with each other, it will be a transition from not this us versus them, but a transition from that to the me versus it, and it being irrational thinking on our part. It's the transition of this clan versus clan mentality to an individualist pursuit of truth. Fascinatingly enough, in DawahFilms' most recent video, he explained the jihad as being just that. It's the jihad in the heart. Now tell me, who is furthering our peacefulness? In the one hand, you have the poster boy for scientism, saying that we will eradicate you if you even look at us funny, and be damn sure that you know that the only reason you exist is because of our allowance of it. We own you, you little bitch. That's what he's saying. Or an individual who practices a very old religion and yet understands the struggle of life, not being a clansman attitude, not this tribal, I have stripes this way, you have stripes that way, and that makes you bad. But this other gentleman who practices a very old religion in saying that that struggle is within. He calls it jihad. And that is the internal struggle to find truth, God, whatever it might be. Holy shit.